choices. And when people say no, you have to understand that as a no. Yes. But apparently he didn't at all. After that, he put his one arm over my shoulder again and tried to kiss me again. I already told him that I filmed the video, but he didn't care at all. After that, my brain was like just panic because I already told him no multiple times, but he's doing the same thing. And I felt like, okay, this situation could lead to something that I don't really even imagine. So I tried my best to just not trigger him because there's two guys and I'm alone. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk towards my hotel as fast as I can. But then they started to follow me with their motorcycle and they blocked me on the way and they stopped in front of me and asked about my phone number. And at that time, I thought the best way that I can escape this situation is giving my fake phone number so that they can just leave. So I gave my fake number, but after that, still they were like, oh, come on my ride, I will take you home. But luckily, there was one viewer who was watching my stream on live, and he already watched the whole situation, and he was nearby. So he came to help me and told them in Hindi. I didn't really understand the conversation, but after he said something, they started to keep distance. But even after that, I feel not comfortable at all, like fully, because they are on their motorcycle, they might be watching. So I was just waiting on the street 5 to 10 minutes, and I ran back to my hotel.
So you were saying that you were forced to give them your fake number just so that they could go away?
Yeah, because the best thing that I could do is not make this as a big incident and just leave as soon as possible. And that was what they're asking. So yeah, at that point, I thought that's the best thing that I could do.
Ms. Parker, right after the video went viral, Mumbai police has taken a suo motu and the accused has been arrested. But how safe you feel? And what was the response of the others in the aftermath?
Actually, after what happened, I was just crying in my bed. I didn't really know what to do because I'm foreigner. I don't know how this thing will turn into. But luckily, one of my Indian friends told me, we have the video footage. How about like posting on the Twitter and I will tag the Mumbai police. They might help you or take an action. So after I posting that, actually that video got viral. And they approached me to get my number details and stuff. But sad part was after that happened, I got some of people saying, oh, because you shouldn't walk alone at that night as a female. Oh, because you travel India, what did you expect? There was some people who are putting blame on me. And the main reason why I yes to all the interviews to show. And the answer is I wanted to tell them it's not my fault at all.
Absolutely.
Nobody should feel like that when you're in the street alone, not only for female or male as well.
Yeah, you know, that's absolutely sad that you had to face this regressive commentary. So was this when you put up your video on Twitter? Is that when this entire action was? Is that when the action was taken? And you know, this regressive commentary that followed, was it when you put it on Twitter? And what was it like facing this sort of criticism for something horrific that you faced on the streets?
Oh, actually before, because I was doing the live stream, some of people said you shouldn't have visited India, and yeah, that was also before.
So during your live streaming as well, you were getting these comments.
Yeah, during and after. Yeah.
Will you be speaking to the police, or have they approached you?
Actually, they have approached me quite quickly. It was faster than I expected, actually. And they called me. That last night, I also got the call around 2 a.m. that they arrested two guys, and they wanted to send a female police officer to my hotel room to make it as a case. But I was sleeping and I was sick. So I told them that, can I visit you later in the morning?
So when did you exactly file the police complaint, and when was the action taken? Like, are you satisfied with the entire police action that has been taken so far?
I do have, like, it's very tricky question to say, oh yeah, I am satisfied or not. But I've been experienced this kind of thing in other countries, and compared to that experience, yes, what I've seen how the police is taking care of this, I do have to say I am happy with it. But one thing is, like, I want to believe that police would done the same thing even if I was not foreigner or even if I was not filming as well. I want to believe that they are doing it because it's the right thing to do, not because the video got viral.
Yeah. So, you know, you've been traveling in different parts of India. You're a vlogger, you've been shooting, and you've been traveling in different parts of India. So, has this been a recurring experience in India as well? And, you know, how has this one incident changed or shaped your perception of this country?
It won't change at all, actually. This is a very unfortunate thing to happen, but I don't want to put any frame on it's because of India. This could have happened in everywhere in the world. And I really hate people started to say, oh, it's because it's India. No, it's not. You guys are just judging India with a video of 5 minutes me being harassed. But if you watch full of my video, 99% of time, I'm meeting amazing people who are inviting me to their wedding. I met amazing gentlemen who bought me free pani puri on the street. I get free chai tea on the street. It's full of amazing experience. And I'm so sad people is just gonna know one video about me being harassed. I'm very sad. And I wanna tell them it's not about India. It's just people who've done something wrong.
So, where else have you traveled in India, and you know, which part of India do you feel the safest, like, so far?
I arrived in New Delhi, but right after I arrived in India, I got sick because I think I ate something wrong. So I couldn't really travel Delhi. I've been to Varanasi, and Mumbai is the third city that I'm traveling. But sad part is I was sick and almost like 2 weeks in Mumbai, so I didn't really get the chance to discover amazing place in Mumbai. I hope that I will have that chance still.
And if you know, you were talking about your followers. You know, you had so many followers, and one of the followers rushed to your rushed to help you on Tuesday night. If you could also you know, explain in detail, like, you know, what really happened when you were live streaming. Like, you know, how did you try to ward off those two people who were harassing you? And you know, like, if you could also explain in detail how that entire thing panned out.
Oh, well, I already met that guy when I was streaming a couple of hours ago, and I know that he was watching my stream, and he was nearby. He was, I think, at the nearby there, and he just came out to help me out. And the conversation they had, I couldn't really understand because it was in Hindi, but it was pretty clear he said something to keep a distance, because after that they started to just keep a distance.
I think Alicia wants to ask.
So as you mentioned that there are some people who came to you and said that it's your mistake. Is the people who were present there at that point of time, and like, did they saw what has really happened to you? And we even saw that video the time you were streaming live. So we can even see the crowd people, but there were no people who came around and like helped you.
Sadly, no, there was not the people. There was a couple of people on the street, but yeah, there was no people who are really tried to help besides the one viewer who are watching the entire situation. And I totally understand, because he could help me because he know all the situation, what's happening. But if you don't know anything what's going on, you really don't want to get involved something that you don't even know. So I don't put any blame on people who didn't help me on the street at all.
So the travel time you've been saying, because right after that you just thought that you should go back to your hotel. So did you seek help from the people, because this is something, the situation you were into it? it was really even not safe for you?
Yeah, I think the best thing that I could do was like posting the video, and hopefully they could help out, because I really didn't have my mental capacity to go to the police station right after, because it was midnight. I was feel terrible, and I don't know how to create the case. Like, do I have to give them evidence? I don't know them, so yeah.
You know, you're incredibly strong, you know, to come out and tell your story, how you were, like how you fought these louts who were, you know, harassing you on the streets of Mumbai. But, you know, we've grown up in India, we've grown up in this city, and we know a lot of times there are many women like you, you know, even those who are not foreigners, you know, the people who are from India, they too get harassed a lot. And a lot of times these people don't speak out or don't file a complaint due to fear, and also because they don't have enough evidence. So what would your message be to such, you know, women who face sexual harassment on regular basis but are afraid to speak out?
Actually, that's a very good question, because if I didn't have any help from my Indian friends who are willing to post on Twitter, I would have not done anything as well. A similar thing happened to me in other country. At that time, I couldn't seek any help from like local, so I didn't do anything. I just let it happen. And I want this to be an example for people, not only for female, everyone, who if you got harassed or mistreated, that you have to walk out and speak your voice. Luckily, I got the chance to come here and have an interview, but I believe a lot of people won't get this opportunity, right?
Ms. Parker, Republic would really want to know the guy who came out and helped you. Because Republic gives a shout out loud at the Mumbaikar. So if you can describe about that person, because it's something who really just saw your video and came and helped you.
I know his, not the contact, but I have his social information on my phone. So after that, I can give it to you, because now I don't have my phone. And he's very, so this is about not framing as a India. People think that it's about India. Actually, it's not. The guy who helped me is also from India.
Yes.
So it's not about the country at all, it's about people. That's what I wanted to say. And I really want to say thank to him again.
So would you like to take this take this opportunity and platform to thank the person who came to your help?
Yeah, sure. And we already messaged through the social media as well.
Yes. And what would be your message to the people who, you know, who probably witness this on regular basis, who would witness a person getting sexually harassed on the streets, but they don't act, they just watch and they're like, I have nothing to do with this, so I'll just walk off. What would you like to say to such bystanders?
That's really hard to say about something, because even when I'm traveling, you sometimes face the situation, there might be something is going on, but as a stranger who doesn't know anything, it's really hard to engage or to interrupt the situation. But I do still believe that if you feel something is going wrong, you need some courage to try to help other people from the situation. Yeah, that's it.
So and how about, you know, going forward, you know, what are the, like, you know, how are you going to look at this horrific incident and the support that you've been getting in India because of this? How are you going to, you know, view this entire support going forward?
Actually, hopefully I can turn into very positive move, because the only video got viral is me being harassed on the street from the stranger. And I don't want other people, especially from the other country, to think that, oh, that's India, I'm not gonna travel there. I hope that this video got viral, and then I can turn into very positive opportunity to show, no, that is not from the India, it's from just the people. And in India, there's so many beautiful places, amazing people, delicious food that you can try. And the guy who helped me, he's also from India. So India is not such a bad place for a female traveler, or just in general for people to travel alone.
And what have been the responses back home in South Korea when, like, you know, now that this incident has come to light? What has been the response of the people in South Korea?
Actually, I have no idea. I'm not even sure if my family knows about this. I called my mom yesterday, but I couldn't tell her what happened because she's also having a hard time. Yeah, but I really don't know. I don't even know South Korean media knows it's happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Yo Jung Park, thank you very much for joining us in our studios in Mumbai and sharing, you know, speaking out about this incident. Thank you very much for, you know, taking a voice and taking a stand against the people who openly harass women on the streets of Mumbai. And we wish you all the best and great travels in India. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and now we're cutting across to this live broadcast coming in from Ahmedabad. Prime Minister Modi there, starting his roadshow, a grand roadshow, a 10-kilometer roadshow in Ahmedabad that has just kick-started. Prime Minister Modi is in his car right now. For the next few hours, he'll be traversing across Ahmedabad, 10 kilometers, the last mile push of the BJP in this campaign. We have Harsha joining us live. She's at the spot where Prime Minister will be, you know, carrying out this roadshow. Harsha, over to you if you can tell us the mood of the people there.
Exactly, people here exactly everywhere. The barricades are there, people here are there. Common man and voters could clearly be seen through my camera visuals. My video journalist Anup showing you the visuals of the very area where the Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi's roadshow has started. We'll show you as the Scott vehicle. As you can clearly see, the Scott vehicle is here, and right behind the Scott vehicle are these two more cavalcades of PM Narendra Modi. The shouting, the screaming, the chanting of Har Har Modi could clearly be heard here as we are right now reporting from very area Naroda Gam, from where the road show is starting. These are the visuals. The entire area have been cleaned for traffic. There's no traffic over here. The traffic route have completely been diverted. Only and only so PM Modi can directly come and wave for his voters here. A huge chanting, sloganeering could clearly be heard here as you see there. First glimpse of PM Narendra Modi here in Ahmedabad, Naroda Gam area. That's PM Narendra Modi in a saffron vehicle. Prime Minister Narendra Modi coming towards the area where I'm standing, Naroda Gam, which is the starting point. The vehicle is entirely covered with the flowers, and there's the starting point of the road show where everyone is waiting desperately to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Every voter, common man with phones in their hands to click a photo or selfie of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. These are the pictures. Heavy security deployment can clearly be seen as no one is allowed to step in between the roads. These are the visuals right from our camera where we are seeing Prime Minister Narendra Modi starting the campaign for the second phase. Morning he was in northern Gujarat, and right now in Naroda Gam area, 44 kilometers of a stretch Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to do from here. You see the visuals? These are the visuals as you are seeing Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the saffron vehicle, waving hands, the showering of petals can clearly be seen. Petals are being showered by the voters.
Harsha, as you keep giving us, as we keep beaming these live visuals from Ahmedabad on the road show that is taking place right now, a 50-kilometer long road show in Ahmedabad. We also have Samiksha joining us from another vantage point. Samiksha, over to you. Please give us the live sense of what's happening on the ground there.
Well, absolutely, Sanika. You know, there is dhol, there is nagara, people waiting with flower petals that will be showered at the cavalcade of Prime Minister as he's about to arrive in just less than half an hour from now is what we're given to understand, because the roadshow has just begun from that vantage point. Here I am. As you can see, people are roaring with Modi, Modi chants, people holding those banners and have those flower petals in their hands that will be showered on that cavalcade of the Prime Minister. In fact, I'm barely audible. I can barely hear myself in this echo and the chants that I can hear of Modi, Modi. As far as my eyes can see, I can only see people, hundreds and hundreds of them, waiting to catch that glimpse of the Prime Minister. As you can see, there you have people waiting to catch the glimpse of the Prime Minister. Not just here, take a look at the visuals on that side as well. People waving and just waiting to catch that one glimpse of the Prime Minister. That's the following. The Prime Minister has, as they wait with bated breaths to catch that one glimpse of Prime Minister. His cavalcade is about to arrive in roughly about less than half an hour from now. In fact, he will stop here as well as what we are given to understand. He will pay tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Memorial, which is there just before me. So yes, people gathered at every corner. There is dhol, there is nagara, people even dancing to the tunes of the dhol and the nagaras. People chanting. They expect the Prime Minister to be here at any moment from now. In fact, at every sound that we are here, they are waiting in anticipation, thinking that it is Prime Minister's cavalcade that has just arrived. But it's just in half an hour from now. I can barely hear myself, Sanika, because you can hear people roaring and chanting Modi, Modi. They cannot contain their happiness. They are ecstatic, to say the least. You know, as you see, there is so much happiness in the air, waiting to catch that glimpse of the Prime Minister, Sanika.
You know, Samiksha, I request you to please keep giving us, beaming those live visuals and, you know, getting the ground mood because I think all eyes this evening is going to be or are going to be on Ahmedabad, you know, watching PM's road show, a 50-kilometer road show that is traversing across Ahmedabad. Samiksha, so just keep speaking and tell our viewers about what's happening on the ground there.
Well, absolutely, Sanika. As you see, people, they're roaring and shouting. They have flower petals in their hands. They are waiting. They are waiting. They just cannot contain their happiness, you know. It's the longest ever road show. It's going to be almost about 44 kilometers of road show that will be undertaken by the Prime Minister. The road show, of course, has begun. We are waiting at this vantage point. Prime Minister will also be stopping here to pay the tributes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. In fact, if my VJ can show you that memorial as well, where Prime Minister will stop by to pay his tributes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. There is heavy barricading, there is police presence, security of course heightened, but people, as far as our eyes can see, are there in every corner of this place. They are waiting to catch the glimpse of the Prime Minister. They are waiting with flower petals in their hands. They have banners and pamphlets on their hands. They are holding and putting up those banners and pamphlets which has Lotus and Prime Minister there on those banners. So yes, that really gives us a sense of the kind of following, the art following that the Prime Minister really enjoys. Take a look at these visuals. We have those cavalcades arriving there. We have BJP workers also who've gathered in large numbers to welcome the Prime Minister. And there you have, in fact, dhol and nagaras being played just in full form. There are people, some of the people are even dancing to the sound of those dhols which are being played as we speak. I can barely hear myself, barely hear anything right now, but right now from the studio, but this place is totally echoing with chants of Prime Minister Modi as we speak, Sanika.
You know, yeah, Samiksha, as you keep giving us these live visuals, we're also telling our viewers about the 30-kilometer long roadshow that the Prime Minister is holding in Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is going to go to polls in the second phase of elections on the 5th. And this roadshow is extremely important for the BJP in its last mile push for the elections, a very prestigious battle, 2022 elections in Gujarat. So, you know, Samiksha, if you can tell our viewers from where is this roadshow going to pass and how the mood is?
Sanika, what we understand as of now is that this roadshow will be approximately 44 kilometers, about 2 to 2.5 hours. The roadshow, of course, has begun. It will pass through 18 constituencies that will go to polls in phase 2 of Gujarat. The polling for phase 1 has, of course, ended. But as you can see, people there gathered left, on my right, on my left, on my right. I can only hear people shouting top of their lungs, waiting to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. They are roaring with Modi, Modi chants. They have flower petals in their hands. Some of them have even been waiting since early morning to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. In fact, there you have the memorial of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel as well, where Prime Minister is most expected likely to stop by and pay tributes as well. But just to take our viewers through the kind of campaigning that the BJP has had over the past few days in Gujarat, it has been a very terrific campaigning, to say the least, because from the chief ministers, from the union ministers, from Smriti Irani to Anurag Thakur, to the chief ministers, including the likes of Yogi Adityanath, including the likes of Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and several other chief ministers have been here to campaign in full form for the BJP like never before in Gujarat. So definitely a high-stakes battle. On the other hand, Congress has had a very muted campaign where they've had nothing less than just the Chief Minister of Rajasthan and Mallikarjun Kharge campaigning. But there you have, that is the result, that is the kind of, following that the Prime Minister has. People gathered on my left, on my right, and just in front of me in large numbers, waiting to catch that glimpse of the Prime Minister. Sanika, that's the only thing I can say right now, that this place is buzzing, it's ecstatic. In fact, it's quite overwhelming, to say the least, because these people, many of them have been waiting since early morning, since the wee hours, to take a look, and even waiting if the Prime Minister would stop by to shake hands with him.
So these are the live pictures that we are getting from the Pushpanjali Yatra that Prime Minister Modi is carrying out in the city of Ahmedabad, a 30-kilometer long road show traversing the length and breadth of Ahmedabad, a very important state also for the state, for the BJP. The elections, a prestige battle for the BJP. A long roadshow which could pan out to more than 4 to 5 hours, called the Pushpanjali Yatra. During the Yatra, Modi will offer floral tributes to statues of leaders including Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, Subhash Chandra Bose is what also we are getting to know. Just before this roadshow, Prime Minister Modi also held 3 public meetings. He addressed 3 rallies before coming starting this roadshow in Ahmedabad. We have Priyanka also joining us live. She's at another vantage point from where this roadshow will pass. Priyanka, over to you, if you can give us a sense of what's happening on the ground.
Well, that's right, Sanika. We do see how the roadshow has started, and we are here at a very important vantage point of this entire rally. We are in the Maninagar constituency, where in fact the Prime Minister had been fighting the elections for as an MLA. In fact, he had resigned as an MLA in 2014 after he had been elected as the Prime Minister. And we do see that here in Maninagar, the workers in fact have also gathered here. The kind of welcome that we are expecting that the Prime Minister will also be getting with respect to how he is in his home constituency, and of course the workers who have gathered here, all of them waiting for the Prime Minister to come here, and they are holding the placards of the BJP, they are holding the placards of Narendra Modi, and that's what we are seeing right now with respect to how the scenes are here in Maninagar, and of course a very, very important constituency when it comes to Narendra Modi. And you can see the chants. By the chants, we get to see the kind of love that the Prime Minister really garners from this particular constituency as well. We'll get in a word from some of the supporters, because the mood is set for the road show to be carried out in the entire constituencies of Ahmedabad. Of course, goes into polls in the second phase. Let's get in a word. आप लोग यहाँ पे खड़े हुए हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का वेलकम करने के लिए खड़े हुए।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल वेलकम करने के लिए, वोट फॉर बीजेपी, दैट्स इट।
और ये मणिनगर उनका घर होता था, उनका
यस, मणिनगर उनका घर है और मणिनगर तो आना ही है वेलकम करने के लिए 100 का। यस,
तो एक बहुत अलग सा एक होम फैक्टर भी है कि आप घर के सन ऑफ द सॉइल जो घर के हैं वो उनको वेलकम करने
घर के
घर के वडील आ रहे हैं यहाँ के,
घर के वडील आ रहे, घर के नेता,
घर के लीडर, बड़े सबसे लीडर है। अभी हम घर के जैसे बड़े होते हैं ना, उसके सबसे बड़े हैं हमारे यहाँ।
तो एक फैमिली जैसा नाता भी है आपका।
फैमिली जैसे हमारे दादा है।
So you see the kind of personal connect that the Prime Minister really has in Maninagar, because the worker is talking about him as the vadil of the family. That's what they say in Gujarati, the leader of the family, the leader of the family as well. So this is something that the BJP cadre on the ground is in fact saying right now about the Prime Minister, saying that they are waiting for the Prime Minister to come here so that they get a glimpse of the Prime Minister as well. Let's tell our viewers as to what's really expected here today. We do see that a massive road show that is being conducted of the Prime Minister, as we do see that these constituencies where he's going to be passing by are going to go into polling in the second phase of voting. That's on 5th of December, and that is why we see that in the last few days of the campaigning, where the Prime Minister is going to be arriving here and will be meeting with the BJP cadre as well. Apart from that, this is being called a Pushpa rally, a Pushpanjali rally, in fact a road show that is being conducted of the Prime Minister. There are at least 4 vantage points where he will be going and also offering flowers to the various statues of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and of course Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay as well. Some of the leaders that the Prime Minister has time and time again mentioned in his rallies as well, and that is what we see here today, that a massive road show in his home state, in his bastion, that is Maninagar as well, that he will be passing through by, and we can expect that the Prime Minister will be arriving here in perhaps 30 minutes to 40 minutes. And we have been seeing about how the kind of following that the Prime Minister also garners in the women voters, and that's what we see right now here. Let's get in a word from them, and we are seeing how they have been in fact waiting here to meet with the Prime Minister, to see the Prime Minister. In fact, he's just going to be coming from here and going towards this statue, offering flowers as well, and then passing by from here. But while we show these visuals, let's speak to them and understand. आप लोग मोदी जी का वेलकम करने आए हो? हाँ, yes. इलेक्शन में आप लोग ग्राउंड पे काम कर रहे हो, वो बार बार ये बोल रहे हैं कि ग्राउंड पे हर बूथ पे काम करना है, ये सारी बातें वो बार बार बोल रहे हैं। हाँ। बताइए, आप लोग भी इलेक्शन में काम कर रहे हो, ग्राउंड पे बीजेपी के लिए बूथ लेवल पे काम कर रहे हो?
यस।
और मोदी जी के लिए आप यहाँ पे मणिनगर में आए हुए हो, मोदी जी का घर माना जाता है, गढ़ माना जाता है।
यस, ये मोदी जी का घर ही है। हम मोदी जी को बहुत चाहते हैं। ये छोटा बच्चा भी साथ में भी आया है, मोदी को देखने ही आया है।
अच्छा, आप भी आए हो, मोदी जी को देखने आए हो? So, all right, so this is the kind of atmosphere that we see. This is more of a home event for them. All of them saying that this is a leader of their own house. This is a family member of their own house, and that is who they are waiting to welcome. This is not just the Prime Minister. And remember, this is something that he had reiterated in the rallies as well, that he had addressed today. The Prime Minister speaking about how in Himmatnagar just an hour ago, before the roadshow there he had stated that we tell the booth level workers that Narendra Modi had come and not that the Prime Minister had come. So this kind of personal connect that we see of the Prime Minister here on the ground, very much apparent when we speak to the ground level cadre of the BJP. These are the booth level workers, in fact, here in Maninagar, who are going to be working for the Prime Minister, for the BJP, in fact, in the second phase of elections. And time again, we have seen in this particular campaign where the Prime Minister has been talking about how every booth is important, how each and every booth level worker is important. And we have seen this being said by the Prime Minister in several rallies, including the ones that he addressed here today, where he said that each and every booth needs to be functioning and needs to win 100%, and each and every booth is important. And he had also mentioned how in each and every door-to-door campaign as well, the people should be talking about how their own son of the soil, Narendra Modi, had been here, and he stated very categorically in Himmatnagar to the booth level workers that don't say that the Prime Minister had come, say that your own Narendra Bhai had come. That's the kind of personal connect that we see that the